You guys want to learn how to animate text in Premiere Pro like this? Well, let's get to it. All right, so let's jump into it. First thing you want to do is, of course, create a text layer. And I'm going to type in the title of my video, which is Telluride. You can double click on your text and you're going to want to go into effects and go into your text layer and change the look of your text to however you want it to look. Now I want to get to the point where I want to start my text. Pretty much when I start going into the window and then the window kind of clears up. So I'd say about like here, and then I kind of want to cut it before my transition there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we have our selected layer clicked, and then we're going to go to where it says opacity, and we're going to hit this box to create a mask. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click the box on the side. We're going to click it and then hold shift, and this allows us to move the anchor point side to side without it kind of jumping up and down. And I want to stretch it to the end of Telluride, and then do the same thing to this side, to the beginning of Telluride, and then click this button again, shift to the front, and then same thing with this, matched up with this other point. You want to have these lines pretty equal on both sides, so when this box comes across to animate it, it's going to go in a straight line. Unless you want it to be crooked, then you could technically have it in a crooked line, but I don't want that. Now once you have that set, we're going to take that box and we're going to drag it to the front of the T. Now we want to go to the front of our title layer, and usually you can hit up, but you got to make sure your layer is selected or it's not going to go to that specific track. Perfect. Now we can animate our mask, our box, to come across the title and reveal it. And to do that, I'm going to go over to my mask path, hit the toggle animation to create my first keyframe. Now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go, let's say, 5 keyframes to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how fast we want our animation to go to reveal Telluride. And now we're going to, again, click on our mask and hit shift, and then drag our mask across to reveal Telluride. And now, as you can see, it created another keyframe. So if we play that back, it went pretty fast. You kind of didn't even notice it. So I actually want to increase the time it takes for the mask to go across. So that was 5. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do 15 frames. But I think that's a pretty good speed for myself. Now what we can do is we can pretty much just duplicate that to the end. So we want to go to the end of our title layer, all the way to the end right there. And then we want to go 15 frames left. And what you can actually do is you can actually hold shift and then hit the left arrow key. And that's actually 5 frames. So 5, 10, 15, just quicker to do that. And then we're going to create another keyframe over here. And then we're going to go back to the end. But sometimes your mask will actually kind of disappear, not show up. So you can actually just hit the left arrow key again to bring it to like 14 frames. It's not that big of a deal, just to bring up the mask again. And then depending on where you want the mask to go, do you want it to go back the same way it came or just go off right? I'm going to make it just go off right. So I'm just gonna hit I'm gonna make sure my mask is selected, hit my mask and hit shift. And I wanna bring it just until it's off of the E, just like in the beginning when I was just off the edge of the T. And it kind of works perfectly. As it goes away off the screen, my transition comes, and that's kind of how I wanted it to be. But if you wanted to adjust any of the keyframes, you can always just go back into the mask and then scroll through the arrows to go through the keyframes. But for me, this looks pretty good. So that's how you animate text to reveal in Premiere Pro. I hope it helped you out. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below, and make sure you like and subscribe so you can be kept up with all my other videos. That's it for this one. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye.